What's up guys, today on Tutorialism I'm going to be looking at drum bus processing using a couple of plugins I picked up from OverTone. Now this is the track I've been working on. So I've got these chords coming through Tyrell N6, which is a freebie off the Uhi website. Picked it up the other day, loving it so far. It's got a vocal loop. And just some white noise that I've got running through some sidechain compression. So onto the drums. Got the kick being generated by Big Kick from Plugin Boutique. Definitely a big fan of this plugin. Solid. Got a clap sample that I'm sending to a ping pong delay every now and then. And I'm automating the band pass on the ping pong delay there. .707 hats from one of the kits from the Live 9 suite. Some Brazilian percussion. Shaker loop. And a crash cymbal. Now, the whole idea of drum bus processing is to glue all your drum elements together. So first up, I've got this Pultec Emulation from OverTone. First thing I'm going to do is employ the low end trick that Pultecs are famous for by boosting and attenuating using the first two dials by the exact same amount. Now, the attenuation dial just cuts at a slightly higher frequency than the boost dial. And that's how you get that effect. The bandwidth dial there determines the Q on the boost on the second dial there, the second boost dial. The high frequency dial there determines at which frequency the second boost is working at. So I'm boosting at 12k with quite a broad Q. And this attenuation dial determines, the attenuation selector determines where the second attenuation dial cuts at. So I'm going to make a slight cut at 20k. Okay, without, with, I'm going to play about with the high end a little bit more. So I'm going to boost that at 10 instead of 12, without, and with. So straight away you can hear how that's gelling the drums together a little bit better. So next up I've got the FC70, which is a Fairchild 670 emulation. I picked up the two plugins for 19 quid. They've got a deal on at the minute on their website. So adjust the threshold of the compressor. The time constant dials determine the attack and release of the compressor. So the higher the value, the higher the attack and release times. So you can see there's no ratio control on this compressor, but if you boost the input gain, it also raises the ratio, which I think the original Fairchild unit did. Sorry, just going to play about with the settings a little bit more. Take the input gain down a little bit. and raise the threshold. So without, with, so a nice little bit of compression on the drum group there. So next up is Reviver by Fielding DSP. Now when I raise the slider under the third tab there, it is raising the third order harmonic overtones of the drum group, which is an effect that you would get by recording something onto tape or running something through a solid state amplifier. So you can hear it just gives a little bit of fatness to the sound. So I'm going to group the three plugins together so I can turn them on and off at the same time. So you can hear everything's gelled together, everything's got a bit more of an analog type feel. So I'm just going to use my VU meter here just to make sure that I'm not listening to a change in volume rather than a change in character. So I'm just going to set it so that the VU is hitting 0 without any of the processing on. And then check the meter with the processing on. You'll see there's a slight increase in volume, so I'm just going to adjust that by using the output on the Reviver plugin. Okay, without, and with. The drums are sounding a little bit low in the mix now, so I'm just going to use the trim function on the VU meter to add a little bit of gain. A little bit counterintuitive, but there you go, why not? Okay, so that's it for today. That's drum bus processing on a budget. Peace.